Hey everyone, it's Elaina and Patti, and we're back to wrap up our recent conversations about property waivers and Heartland MLS rules changes.
Yes, while we received plenty of positive feedback about the recent updates, we've also received a few unhappy comments and questions.
That's right. While we know we can't please everyone all the time, we do want to take a moment to help clarify some of the recent not so happy questions and concerns we've received.
Our first comment says, I am still quite confused on the PreMLS status and have not used the status as of yet. Until I watch more Patti videos.
Hey, what am I, chopped liver?
Well, here I am, another Patti video, and Elaina. The PreMLS status is simple once you understand it. It's just a status in the MLS to reflect the temporary waived properties. So, if your seller wants their property temporarily waived, you fill out a waiver, submit it, enter the listing into the MLS as you normally would, except the status should be set to PreMLS instead of active. It will stay that way until the system reclassifies it to the active status on the future on market date entered into the listing from the temporary waiver.
Our next message reads, we need to get rid of all the coming soon, temporary, and permanent MLS waivers. PreMLS nonsense that confuses agents and the public. It goes on to say, most of these are designed to help agents make both sides of the sale at the expense of the sellers. Why not go back to the basics and use the MLS rules that we all signed up for in the 1970s and not ruin our cooperative spirit of the MLS?
The Board of Directors is not advocating the use of waivers, but also cannot prohibit agents from waiving property should their seller request it. The system is only in place to help define best practices for those who choose to use them, and definitely not meant to encourage unethical behavior. The waivers in the PreMLS status are designed for sellers who have a valid reason not wanting their properties advertised. Whether they need a temporary waiver so they can install new carpet, paint the walls, or just don't want people to know they're selling their house.
Right, like if a famous Royals player wanted to put his house on the market, he wouldn't want people pretending to be interested buyers so they could walk around his house. In that case, he might explicitly tell his realtor that he doesn't want his house advertised in the MLS. No one had to convince him to withhold it from the MLS. That would be an example of what permanent waivers are meant for.
So to be clear, convincing your seller that they should not put their property on the MLS or work privately with a limited pool of other agents to get the house sold is not right. You don't want to end up in a lawsuit because you didn't properly market the property and get your seller the amount that their house is worth.
Moving on to the next comment. So this stinks. If you take a listing on Friday, you have until Sunday to put the listing in. Thank you for helping us work 24/7.
This is talking about the modified rules for entry and status change timeframes. These changes came as a result from a large volume of feedback from realtors concerned about delayed entry of data in the system and how it negatively impacts the already tight market conditions.
Right, with the new change, you now have 2 calendar days rather than the previous 3 business days to get a new or PreMLS listing entered into the system. And any other status change must be entered within 1 calendar day.
As a general practice, if you need to enter a listing or make a status change, we always suggest that you update the system as soon as possible for everyone's benefit.
We understand that you might not always be able to immediately enter a listing the same day it is effective. So in those cases, it might mean that you need to access the MLS during the weekend or at least long enough to enter that listing or to make a quick status change.
So again, this is to ensure that all data is as current as possible for all Heartland subscribers and their clients. After all, a realtor's fiduciary duty is to their client's best interest.
Okay, the next comment. Seriously, why do we need 99 pictures? What is the point?
This is talking about the recent Heartland change, increasing the photo limit from 25 to 99 photos for listings in the MLS.
Yes, this was something that came highly requested by subscribers. You don't have to use 99 photos, but you can if you want to. It's just an extra option.
Right, so this means you can choose to add more photos to your listings in the MLS now, which made a lot of agents very happy.
Yes. And for our final comment, Elaina, you are just a blessing from above. We are so lucky to have you working for us realtors and always looking out for us. You are a great asset to the real estate community and beautiful too. I agree with this. This is a great.
Wait, whoa. Elaina, you wrote that.
I resent that accusation. I did not write this. That is truth right there.
Stop. Back to reality. We want to thank you for all of your feedback of all varieties. We are listening and we do appreciate your suggestions. So please continue to reach out to us.
You know where to find us. That's a wrap.